Jai Hind everyone, welcome again to the Patriotic IAS. Let's start our discussion on the IAS PCS Wala daily current affairs. So we will start with the major topic to know the major topic that we are going to discuss, and further we will enter into the comprehensive discussion of that. Under this we will cover with respect to the whatever the area that is relevant for the UPSC. So today's the major topic we will start with this, the major topic that will start with this great Indian bookstore. There has been the declining numbers, and that's why we are trying to preserve them and yes, try to conserve their numbers. So different steps has been taken that has been covered under this news. After that we will study the performance of Lok Sabha, and yes, there has been the today we have lot of there is two editorial as well for the performance. So we will see that all this thing under this. Further, we will study this. What is this next? This provide for the type of licensing for MBBS or medical practitioners to enter into the practice. So this will be part of GS paper 2, and it could be the part of prelims as well as mains. Okay, this is part of the mains because this is analytical, this is relevant for the prelims. After that we will know the basics about the brumation. It is like the hibernation, so this could be the part of GS paper 3, basic science as well as environment. Okay, environment also prelims perspective basics. Again, this performance of the Lok Sabha we will study there, that has covered on the editorial page. After that there is very detailed analysis of this India-UA relationship. So very important with respect to the mains perspective. Okay. After that we will study the women's representation, how the women's bill has impacted, how recent elections saw the trend. So this will be with respect to the mains GS paper 2. And in the last we will study decoding the Indian economy, because there has been a lot of deviation from the international standard of the data collection, and it's different to projection. So we will study all this thing. Let's start with the first news with the front page. This is with respect to the election that is going in the Pakistan. There is the hung assembly. No party has a clear-cut majority, and that's why we saw that there had been the opposition from the Imran Khan's his party, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. Okay, so there is chances that the coalition government will form the government under the Nawaz Sharif and the Bilawal Bhutto. The party name is the Nawaz Sharif's Pakistan Muslim League. So this is all about this data shows that there has been the increase in the tax collection for the last month. It has been the 20.25%. So there is the chances that it will help in the decrease in the deficit that we want to achieve. So this is all about. The other news is that there is the mobilization of the farmer for the protest against their demand. The demand for their MSP that has not been fulfilled. There was the discussion to reach a common ground, but we have not reached there. This news is with respect to the riots and turmoil that is going in the Haldwani in Uttarakhand. So there is the tense situation. So there is nothing relevant for us. Just you should know it is in the Uttarakhand. Next important relevant news. Most of the news are political. Any news that is relevant? No. Yes, you should know this is relevant. You should know this. There is the two sect of the Christianity in the Kerala. One is the Jacobite and other are the Orthodox faction. Okay, there is they have the schism. There is the tussle fight between these two section of the Christianity. So it's so that it doesn't matter that even a single religion, single caste is there, but there will be the fight if the people are there who are creating the divide and tussle between the two groups. Even in a house, if you have the two brothers, there is the chances of the fight between you two if you are not able to cooperate with each other. So diversity, there could be the unity. Even the single thing, uniformity is there, but if the people are not good, there will be the fight and riot. So this is the one of the example. Bandipur forest, that is in the Karnataka. So it is you should know the location. It is on the border area. If you will show in the small map, it will see that you will think that it is in the Tamil Nadu. Let me show you. But as you will enlarge it, okay, this is the Bandipur, and if you will see, this looks like that this is the Tamil Nadu. Is not it looking for at the Tamil Nadu? See. Okay, so this is the same thing in the map. It sees that it is on the line, but if you will zoom in, you will find that there is the distance. So same is with same is with respect to the tussle between the India and China. The division of this line is just that on the map it shows that this is the part of India or the Pakistan, but when we enlarge zoom in, the things goes a bit hazy, and that's why there is the fight. This line could be of the 10 kilometers. Okay, so this shows this is in the Karnataka. Okay. Another important news that we are going to cover is this Great Indian Bustard here. Please see that Great Indian Bustard. Is it visible? So they are in the very, their number is decreasing now. They are only 140. And yes, they are the scattered in the different states. Particularly, they are dominating the Rajasthan. So you should know that this Great Indian Bustard, they are being consumed by the breeding center in the Pokhran. Pokhran, you must remember our nuclear test, Pokhran movie. That movie, the song you must have remembered that song. Okay, so this is the thing. Beside that, this Rolla Padu Wildlife Sanctuary, this is in the Andhra Pradesh. We will locate into the map. This Nagarjun Sagar Sri Salam Tiger Reserve, this is also in the Andhra Pradesh. So please see this in the map, so you could have the clarity. They are on the bank of, yes, so this is the Rolla Padu here, and this Nagarjun Sri Salam here, it is the region, this is the region. So yes, they are both in the Andhra Pradesh. Okay, this is the second side of this border is the Telangana. Okay, so this is here. Next important news that we will cover is any relevant news. No. All is yes. Here it is important. It shows the performance of this Lok Sabha. So see, this will be helpful in your data. Whenever you will bring this data, whenever you are going to write your answer with respect to the performance, this is very helpful. For example, the numbers of days that was being used into the Lok Sabha. If you will see that for the first Lok Sabha under the Jawaharlal Nehru, it was the 135 days. This Lok Sabha, it is the 55 days. So see the decrease in number of this productivity and the discussions. This shows that how the performance has been dwindled, decreased continuously, despite there are so many criticism by this government to the that government. Okay. You see that there is the 11 out of 15 sessions held during this Lok Sabha was adjourned. Okay. And cancellation of the 40 scheduled sitting, and there was no clear-cut explanation of all these things. Okay. This 17th Lok Sabha was the first Lok Sabha where the deputy speaker was not appointed. This is the first time. This is the constitutional post, and under Article 19 it says that there should be always the speaker and deputy speaker post conventionally, not in the, it is not written in the constitution or any statutory book, but as per the convention always the deputy speaker post goes to the opposition, but this is the first time they have not appointed. So this shows that how the deviation is there. This opposition has criticized the government for the passing of the bill without proper discussion. Here the data support that most of the bill were passed within the week, so that 58% of these bills were passed within the 2 weeks when they introduced. Okay, 35% of this bill was passed with less than an hours of the discussion. Means even not even we do our session for this newspaper, we take the 1 hours. These bills that is going to decide the fate of the people of the country. They are not discussed for the 1 hour. This is the shows the performance, how they are the productive. For the Rajya Sabha, again, this is very low. This is for the 34% of for the bill. Only 16% of the bill was referred to the standing committee, because the standing committee had the representation of the different party. They give different views, but that's why they are not sending, because if this will be directly passed, there will be the only government perspective. So this reduce the inputs from the different perspective. Okay, private member bills have reduced to the very low, only 16th. This how many bills they have discussed? Only two they have been discussed out of 729 public member bill that was proposed. Only two were discussed. This is the condition. So all this data is very important. You can remember this two out of this seven. Near about you can write that out of near about 700 bill, only two was discussed. 1 hour. You should remember the session as generally for the 50 minutes, 1 hour. They are not discussing the bills, and near about 35% of bill was passed within the 1 hour. Okay, so this should be you should know. Deputy Speaker, this could be asked into the prelims. So please remember. Again, the answer for this here again, it is the criticism that the answer of the by the minister of any question asked by the most of the question asked by the opposition is not straightforward. They are giving some other answer. The question is something else. They are asking about the what is about the Indian boasted, great Indian boasted. They will talk about the tigers. That yes, the number of the tigers. The minister comes and he or she will start giving reply that number of the tigers has increased. If the question is from that side, that if opposition is asking why the number of the great Indian boasted is decreasing, so minister will come and he will start telling that number of the lions has been increased in the Gir forest. Okay, so there is no relevant, and as per the rules, clause 12 of this Rajya Sabha rules says that whenever there is the answer should address the what the question is being specifically asked, and the answer should be complete. Okay, so this is here functioning of this Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Further, we will bring such discussion is there. Okay, recently we have seen that we introduced this next for the next has been introduced to bring the medical licenses exam that is designed to assess the competency of the medical graduate. Previously we were using this NEET, PG and FMGE. Okay, that has been recently it was noticed that the notice was brought that we will bring the next, and this next will be the part of National Medical Commission Act, and this will decide for the practicing license for this graduate in the medical science. So now the notice has delayed this. Now we will continue with this. Maybe in the next session we will continue with the next. So whenever it is being what is the next, you should know this is associated with the licensing process for the practicing. Okay, Sandesh Khali, again there is the violence, and you should know this is into the 24th Pargana. Please remember 24th Pargana is associated with the Battle of Plassey. The Britishers got this 24th Parganas first. Okay. Next important news that we are going to take that is relevant. This is not that much relevant. You will study this in the El Nino and La Nino in the geography. Here it is important. You should know what is the brumation. This is the concept, and this concept is with respect to this hibernation of the lizard or the other reptiles in the when the climatic condition is not as per their nature. For example, you see that this. Lizard generally they go into this hiding, and in that process the metabolism is slow down. Okay, here this describe this particularly this brumation. This describes a period of the dormancy and slow down activity in the reptiles, much like the hibernation in the mammals. So for the mammal it is the hibernation, for the reptile it is the brumation. Okay. So these reptiles enter a state of brumation to conserve the energy and survive these adverse environmental conditions. For example, now it is very cold. You will not able to see the lizard that you see in the summer season. So now this is not, they are not suitable. They are not able to face this that much low temperature. So what they do, they hide into the between the rocks. Okay, rock creeps. The same is for the other reptiles such as the this box turtle, painted turtle, also these snakes also. These snakes also go into the dens or the caves. Okay, this lizard hide into the rocks as well as within the vegetation. So this brumation is crucial for the survival during the cold climate. Okay, and that's why they will not able to predate on uh, their food chain. Okay, so this is all about. Next important news that we will take is this. This is from the polity, and this is political news, but you have to know something about like the privilege committee and ethics committee. Okay, so it had mentioned that how this last session of the 17th Lok Sabha was like the a preparatory forum for the polls, because it was like the showcasing what the BJP has done and what was the failure of the previous government. It was not about the what they are doing in the present time. This is totally for the criticism of the 10 years back, and all they what they did in the 10 years back that impacted their functioning. So this is all about. Beside that, we saw that yes, there was the suspension in this session, previous session. 146 opposition members were suspended. This is the historical. Yeah. So what is the privilege committee? That was there was the privilege committee and ethics committee. What is the difference? Both are a bit similar, but there is a slight difference. The one difference is that and this privilege committee is for the serious corruption or the breach of the parliament. Or even though this is provide a safeguard to the parliament and its member, even the outsider can be brought under this privilege committee and they can be prosecuted. But ethics committee is only for the member of this parliament. Okay, so this you should clear. The second thing is that it is always for the serious breach under this. Okay, beside that, you should know that in the privilege committee, what are the number of the members? 15 members are from in the Lok Sabha and 10 members are in the Rajya Sabha. All are nominated by the speakers and the chairman, respective house. Okay. The second thing is that nomination should be in the proportionate. Proportionate, if, for example, if in the parliament, BJP has out of a total 100, means out of 100, there are the 60 members from the BJP and 20 members from the Congress, okay, and 1 member from the any party, maybe Trinamool Congress. In that case, if there is the 10 numbers that is about to be taken for this privilege committee, then 6 will be from the BJP, 2 from the Congress, or 3 as the 30%. If there is the 20%, 20 members from the Congress, then 2. Okay, so let me bring clarity, because many times students get confused about that. For example, if there are the 150 seats in the Lok Sabha, okay, and there is the 15 members we need to bring for the privilege committee, okay. Privilege committee, and if out of this 150 Lok Sabha member, near about 9 are from the 90 from the BJP, okay, 6 from 90, leave, 30 from the Congress, okay, and 20 from TMC, and 10 from Shiv Sena. Okay. Okay. So if this committee have to constituted, 9 will be from the BJP, because out of 150, 15, so 90 means 9, 3 from the Congress and 2 from the TMC and 1 from the Shiv Sena. This will be the composition. So you should remember this. This should be the proportionate. It should not be all the members from the BJP, because it is in the government. These committees include the member from the all these parties as per their number of the proportionate seats into the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha, and no minister can be part of this committee. Please remember that. This is the important. Okay. Session was extended. This time the session was extended for 1 year for the Ram Temple resolution to sing the valor of our Prime Minister, that how important he was for the construction of this Ram Temple. And is this meeting, this left parties, they didn't participated. Other parties were they didn't participate, but directly they didn't oppose. They pretended some other reason for not attending. Yes, because they know that what will be the backlash, how the emotionally we are connected with the religion. Okay. The thing is that here it has mentioned, this paragraph is mentioning that despite we have increased the size of the parliament, now we have shifted to the new parliament to increase the space, but the thing is that the space for the opposition has decreased. This is the first time in the history. Please remember that the deputy speaker has not been appointed for the 5 years. Generally, this post goes to the opposition party, but it has not been appointed. This 5 years has been also marked the steady decline in the opposition bench. Okay, so here further there is a continuation of this white paper that has been brought by the BJP. That this white paper was nothing but the agenda for this election, and it has brought that what these 10 years of this Manmohan Singh government has done. Okay, they have brought that there has been the 15 corruptions. Okay, 15 number of the corruption they have mentioned. Okay, they have repaired, this BJP government has repaired all this thing as per this. Okay, it highlights the economic blunders made by the our previous Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, and yes, UPA extra constitutional bodies such as that to the advisory body under the chairmanship of the Sonia Gandhi. So they have considered that as the extra constitutional, and they said that this liberalization of 1991 was not taken further, and their government has taken it further. They have gone to the DNA of the Congress and said that it is from the 1950s and 1970 there was the corruption. Okay. They have mentioned that they have not brought any reforms such as the GST or the Aadhaar bill, but they forget that it was the Mr. Modi who was the chief minister of the Gujarat who was opposing this both the bill, and the BJP BJP government, state governments in the many of the states, they were opposing both of this bill because these were introduced, but these were not able to get the majority, and that's why it was not able to pass. Okay. This critical, many of the critical, they didn't explain that why there is the many of the critical laws that is still in this parliament. They have not implemented it, like the bill on the land reform, the bill on the labor code that is about to reform the labor law. Okay, so all this is still, despite they have the majority, and they didn't consider that in the UPA, as per this editorial, they didn't consider that this UPA has the lot of coalition party to it doesn't have the majority. Even the Congress has the near about 200 seats, but this BJP have the clear-cut majority despite these bills are not being implemented. Okay, so this is the in the this paragraph. In this article, it is mentioning the situation of the Pakistan, how the equation between the Pakistan army, different government, different parties has always been entangled. For example, in this it has mentioned that despite this time, it is the Tehreek Insaf party of the Imran Khan. In this election, they have, despite the army has in opposition of this Tehreek Insaf, and initially it was this army was in the support of Imran Khan when they have the good terms, but due to their disagreement on the tenure of the chief of army. Okay, so chief of army, the tenure, there was a disagreement, and after that there was the tussle controversy started. Before that, it was the Imran Khan government that got support from this military. Even in this 2018 election, they come to the power only after the support of the military. At that time, the military was against the Nawaz Sharif, but now Nawaz Sharif has become sweeter to this army, and this Imran Khan, due to its disagreement, has become the its adversary. Okay, here it has mentioned the equation. There is the different aspiration of this party. For example, Nawaz Sharif has his own aspiration. Here it has mentioned all this, that this Nawaz Sharif's party, this Pakistan Muslim League, they are going to make coalition with this Pakistan People Party. Here, Asif Zardari and Bilawal Bhutto, they have their own aspiration to become president and the prime minister. Here there is the aspiration from the Nawaz Sharif and his daughter also aspiring for to become the chief minister of Punjab. So all this has been mentioned here. In the last, it has mentioned that this is very much this is very much controversial and very much surprising that this Pakistani people, as per their recent survey, they like this Imran Khan as their most popular leader, but they also trust the army at the most trusted and popular institution of the Pakistan. So this is the very much a dichotomy between the thought of this public survey and the people. Okay, this is very contradiction, that how the same Imran Khan is being opposed by the army. People like him as a popular leader, and the same army who is opposing Imran Khan, they are also considered as the most trusted institution. This is all about. Next important news is very important. It is crucial for the India-UAE relation. Lot of information is provided, so please be very careful. This is given in the context of the invitation here in the UAE for our Prime Minister. He is going to inaugurate the temple that is being. This is a large temple. It has made in near about 27 acres of the land. So the Sansthan that has made is the name of the Bochanna Swami Sri Akshar Purushottam Swami Narayan Sanstha. Okay, this is in the Abu Dhabi. So you can see that how in that Muslim country we are going to inaugurate a large temple. Generally there is the misconception in the people that this Gulf country, there is always the Islam that is promoted and other religion are banned. But yes, this example give that yes, they are promoting the minority religion. There is the freedom for the religion. Okay. So what is this relationship? You can see that the relationship between the India and UAE has been the linchpin for the India's relationship with this Gulf region, Gulf countries. Okay. Here it has mentioned that this is the second big Hindu temple to be inaugurated in UAE in the recent year. This is not first, this is the second big temple. Okay. Before that we already have inaugurated. We have seen that recently Mr. Modi addressing the world government summit here into the Dubai. So recently we saw there has been a frequent visit from our Prime Minister. Near about he has visited for the 8 times, and this is third in the last 8 months. Okay. Both of our nation and the UAE, we have started now co-launched this global green credit initiative. So please remember that. Beside that, in the trade, we have lot of convergence. Now we are seeing there is the increase in the trade between $285 billion that we have reached. Beside that, you should know that there is the second, third, fourth. Remember that what is the second? This UAE is the second most largest destination of India for the export. We are exporting, that is good thing. First is the EU. This is the third. UAE is the third largest country that is the trade partner with India, overall trade partner. Trade include import and as well as export. Here we are talking about the import. Okay. You should also remember that the fourth in the UAE is the fourth largest country that has the position for the investment in India. So investors, export and trade. this is in the top 4. Please remember. You should remember that we have recently finalized comprehensive economic partnership agreement in 2022. This, please remember. We have the bilateral investment treaty. Okay. So this also that how the trade is converging. Beside that, we have seen that this fintech, where the financial services we are helping each other. For India now, Rupee card is now become the component in the this UAE, and this have become the India digital public infrastructure. This is being accepted by the UAE. Okay. Beside that, we have seen that this rupees dirham settlement agreement. By that, we can pay UAE for its whenever we are going to import this their oil or their natural gas or the crude oil, whatever the thing. So there is the flexibility and Indian currency being more acceptable into the international arena. So this is very good, and we have seen that this Indian Oil Corporation has made the payment of this Abu Dhabi National Oil Company into the rupees. So this will become, this is the example of dollarization. Means the importance of dollar is reducing, being decreasing. Okay. And local currency, the value of local currency and acceptability is increasing. Now we have seen with the Rasa, we paid in the Indian currency. Okay. You should remember that this strategic oil reserve is stored in India. This is from the UAE, and this is important because India has the important import dependency. Indian Strategic Petroleum Reserve Limited, there is the agreement. This has made this strategic oil reserve, and this is in the collaboration with the Abu Dhabi National Oil Corporation. And this is in the Mangalore, in the Karnataka. Please remember this. Mangaluru, you know the Mangaluru. This is in the coastal region. Okay. UAE hosted this OIC foreign minister meeting in 2019 and invited India's external affairs minister to speaker and the guest of this honor of country, despite the Pakistan was opposing. Okay, so this shows that how closeness we have. Even this Islamic country was ready to include the India, as the India has a large number of the Islamic population, Muslim population. Even India comes second. Even India has the more population of Muslim as compared to the Pakistan. Okay, so you should also know that this 2018 India was the guest of honor country in the UAE, and beside that there was the invitation. We saw that in 2017 we asked the president of and the crown prince of Abu Dhabi to be guest of the 26th January Republic Day parade, okay, in 2017. And Indian Prime Minister was also given the top civilian award of the UAE, Order of Jayed. The name of that president is also Jayed, so please remember this. UAE was one of the nations specially invited in the India's presidency of G20 as the special invitee. Besides that, IIT Delhi has the campus in the Abu Dhabi, and Abu Dhabi has opened the consulate in the Hyderabad. Please remember. We have seen the growth of this I2U2. Even the UPSC mains ask this, what is this I2U2 and how this cooperation is increasing. I will give it as your homework. Please write that. What is the I2U2? Here I2 is the one I means India, one I means Israel. One U means UAE and one U means USA. So both four countries representing this West Asian Quad comprising of India, Israel, United States, UAE. Okay. So there has been the mutual interest convergence. We have also seen recently that UAE is also giving a huge support for this India Middle East Europe economic corridor that is alternative for this Chinese Belt and Road Initiative. So these are the things you should remember. This is very important whenever you are going to write any answer on the India-UAE relationship as well as India relation with the West Asia or the Middle East. Next important news that we will take is with respect to this, how the women can be represented in the politics. Recently we saw that there is the passage of this women's reservation bill, So it is going to be implemented when the next census will come, and there will be the data. But what we saw recently the distribution after this Oman reservation will, there was the election in the different state. There is the analysis from the Rajasthan, and in the Rajasthan it shows that what were the candidates, the ticket given to the women's candidate. BJP gave 20 women candidate out of 200 seats. 190 seats for there was the election, one seat there was the death of the Congress candidate. That's why it was delayed. So out of 20, how many are able to make the success? 9. So this is the 45%. The same was the case. Here the Congress gave near about 28 candidate, women candidate, and here the success rate was 32. And the same number, but as the number of seats, number of the tickets given is the large for the Congress. The number is larger for the Congress. Okay, this so, but still for the Congress it is 28. This is the 20. Still, this is very low number. That's why it is asking that, it is saying that yes, there is the party is not going to give by their own. They have to force. They need to be forced. That's why only they can give this they can give this tickets. So that's why here the one reason is that there is the low chance of the winnability is very low as compared to the male candidate. Here it has given the data with respect to the winnability of the male candidate. Besides that, these political parties were not enthusiastic about the giving the ticket to the more women candidate, and not giving more women ticket to the contest election clearly show that parties are not fielding the candidate. So it is not that if one party, for example, here it is given that the Trinamool Congress gave a large number of the ticket to the women. Okay, as compared to the others, but it is not that out of 46, 32 won. But this is not that if one party is going to give more ticket, others will be inspired and they will also give the more ticket. They will enjoy if they are going to defeat the women candidate is getting defeat. So they will learn that yes, it is good that our step was good, our decision was good that we gave the low number of women candidate the tickets for the less number of the candidate. Okay, so this shows that yes, it is we need to force them by the law, and this women reservation bill, if implemented, only then can be some solution. Next important news is with respect to the Indian economic situation. Here it has discussed that yes, what has been the projected data, the nominal growth rate projected and the real growth rate. We already have discussed that what is the nominal, what is the real GDP, because the nominal just represent the what is the current price and the number of the production, and if you compare with the other the rate of the other years, then it will be the real. Then it will give the exact number of the production. Whether the number of the exact number of this pain has been increased, it will give you will get by the real GDP. Nominal just so that with the increase in the inflation or the price rate, the cost of this pain. Okay, so already we have discussed all these things, so I am not going to discuss today. Other thing it has given that yes, there has been the criticism from the IMF that there has been the mismatch between the data that provided by the government and their data. They have given the lesser growth rate projection 6.7, and they have expected that there will be the decrease, but as per the government it is going to increase consistently. So here you should know that very important with respect to the prelims perspective, World Economic Outlook, this is published by the IMF. Please remember that. Okay. So here all this has been given here. Yes, it has also given the compared the tax collection data from the UPA government and the present government. Here the present government has shows the number the tax payment has increased for the individual. Yes, it is true that for the individual it has increased. The base has increased from the 1.25 crore to the 2.08 crore. Means in the 2012-13, the number of people who are paying the tax was 1.25 crore. Now it is 2.08 crore. So the average paid by the individual tax, it is talking about the individual tax, income tax, like our salary. We get some salary, and after that, if it is coming in the tax bracket, for example, it is more than 2.5 lakh, per year, then you have to pay 5%. After that increase, there will be the 10%. So this shows that yes, the number has increased. The here the average money that paid by the individual is increased as compared to the UPA year, but there has been a decrease for the corporation tax. The corporation tax with the those companies and industry, they pay the tax. So there has been a decrease from the 3.5% to the 3.3%, and for the 2.8% by the NDA 2 government. Oh, next, the second phase of this NDA government. Here it has compared that there is the mismatch in the expenditure from the NDA 1 to the NDA 2. The NDA 2 has has the more expenditure in a different area, but even if you compare with the UPA government, there is the mix. So it is not that the NDA 2 has more expenditure as compared to the UPA government. As per this analysis, as here they have given the different data with respect to the different areas, like the nominal growth rate. Here it has compared to 2004 to 5 to 2008 to 9. Okay, here during the UPA 1, UPA 2, NDA 1, NDA 2. Okay, so nominal growth rate has been 14, 15, and after that there has been a decrease. The real growth rate 6.9, 6 point, and here it has increased, but here it has dipped. Maybe it is due to the this COVID pandemic. Here the annual inflation rate 9.1, 9.4, 3.4, 5.9. So there is the decrease in the this consumer price index inflation. Here it has given the gross value added. Okay, so here it is 7, 6.2. So it is mixed. There has been a lot of decrease. It is due to the pandemic. Okay, so here you can show that the data, there has been the mix. Sometimes there has been the better performance by the NDA government. Sometimes it has shown that better performance by the UPA government. They are the very similar. Okay, so this is all about for the today's news. We will here, I hope that most of the relevant area we have covered, and yes, here I will conclude my session. Thank you for joining the session. All the best. Jai Hind.